Hey friends, welcome back. In today's story, a woman wakes up and finds herself in a strange place. All around, there are semi-transparent curtain-like things spread out, and from behind it seems as if something is moving. At first, she doesn't feel any danger. But when she sees dozens of bizarre hands in the shadow of the light, her soul shivers. Panicked, she tries to get out, but she doesn't know that even more terrifying things are waiting for her ahead. No matter how hard she tries, she cannot get out of this strange place, a place filled with bizarre creatures and traps. But what is really going on here? To know that, we need to go back one day. The main character is Anna, who has lost her daughter. She is deeply drowned in grief. Broken by sorrow, she decides to lie on the road and end her life. But just as the car approaches her, she gets scared by her own bloody imagination and steps back. The driver, who seems like a kind man, stops the car and asks if he can drop her somewhere. As if under the influence of some invisible force, Anna sits in his car. A police alert plays on the radio. They are looking for a serial killer with a cross tattoo on his palm, who escaped in a brown van. Everything perfectly matches the driver. Anna suddenly feels a strange panic. Then the scene changes. Anna regains consciousness and finds herself in a closed room. All around are iron walls that cannot be broken in any way. Even after shouting for help, no one responds, only a terrifying silence. She then realizes her clothes have been changed, and there is a glowing ring-like object on her wrist. It neither comes off nor breaks. Anna breaks down from inside. Suddenly, a secret door opens on the back wall. On the other side, a glimpse of light can be seen, as if there's a way out. A ray of hope appears to Anna. As soon as she crawls into the pipe, the door shuts on its own. Now there's no way back. Suddenly, a countdown starts on the ring tied to her wrist. It seems she has become part of a dangerous escape game. Anna forces herself to stay calm. Trembling with fear, she slowly moves forward. Strange sounds echo around the pipe. She gathers courage and looks around, but she sees nothing unusual. Trying to stay composed, she just thinks about one thing. Somehow she has to get out of this tunnel. She sees a pit. First, she drinks some water to regain her strength. Then, using her body weight, she slips into the water. Thankfully, the next passage isn't too far. As Anna is climbing up, a sudden flood of water starts pouring into the tunnel ahead. She somehow holds herself steady, so the current doesn't sweep her away. But this was just the beginning. With the heavy current, a dead body also floats in. Terrified, Anna ends up swallowing several gulps of dirty water. When the tunnel is almost completely filled, she takes a deep breath and dives in the direction of the current. Luckily, the water from that area had already drained out, which allows Anna to move again. But ahead, there are still more identical tunnels. After hours of moving without food or water, her condition worsens. It doesn't take long before she collapses to the ground, half asleep. In that haze, she hears a man calling for help. That voice reignites Anna's will to live. She gathers herself and starts crawling quickly in the direction of the voice. While crossing one tunnel, the ground suddenly splits into two parts. Below, she sees a bubbling green toxic liquid. Anna's heartbeat races. She quickly tears off a piece of her clothing and dips it in to test. In just a few seconds, the cloth turns to black ash. Now, Anna begins to crawl forward with extreme caution, balancing on hands and knees. Just as she is about to cross, her foot slips. She barely avoids falling. Her knee only brushes the edge, and that part instantly burns into flesh and blood. But the cries for help ahead help her forget the pain. In her mind, she hopes she might find a companion there. If both worked together, the chances of survival could increase. After a great struggle, Anna finally reaches a door. She finds the man behind the voice. But the pipe is too dark. Neither can see the other's face. Anna tries to explain to him to stay calm, but he is already so broken that he has reached the edge of madness. Flame-throwing nozzles emerge from all sides, and a single safety chamber rises between them. Just moments ago, Anna had thought of helping him, But now her heart changes. As soon as the gate opens, Anna rushes toward the safe spot. A fierce struggle breaks out between them. In the end, Anna kicks the man away with force. As the heat-proof glass drops, his hand gets cut off. A shocked Anna looks at the severed hand. It has the same cross tattoo. She realizes that the man is none other than the killer driver. But then why is she trapped here herself? In a state of confusion and fear, the man burns in the flames and dies. Anna too faints from shock and fear. When Anna wakes up again, a skeleton-like figure peeks out from the corner of the safe chamber. It not only dresses Anna's wounds but also injects her with a nourishing fluid. Slowly, Anna's mind becomes capable of thinking again. She remembers that car accident, how the driver's true identity was revealed, and he wanted to kill her. But then the car flipped. She remembers that at that moment, a light had fallen from the sky. Maybe that was when both were brought here. Even after knowing the truth, Anna can't believe it. Everything feels like a science fiction film. She slowly steps out of the safe area, but the driver's burnt corpse is no longer there. Only the severed hand remains. The ring on the hand has now shifted, revealing strange symbols underneath. As Anna observes the symbols closely, a new trap opens in the pipe ahead. A rapidly spinning fan, like the scythe of the god of death, slowly comes closer. Anna steps back in fear. Right before her eyes, the killer's arm is chopped into pieces. Thankfully, there's an upward path just behind. Once again, Anna escapes by the skin of her teeth. The timer on her wrist now starts a new countdown. Anna doesn't understand anything. How long will this go on? She hears something fall, like someone or something is rushing toward her. She looks back in confusion, and her soul trembles. A burnt human figure is descending from the upper pipe. It was the same killer who had burned in the fire a while ago. Anna uses all her strength and crawls through several bends. Only then is she finally able to escape that terrifying tongue. But she didn't even get a chance to breathe a sigh of relief when the timer started beeping again. This time, there was no visible safe corner for protection. Ahead, two paths appeared. Anna hesitated for a moment, then ultimately chose the path on the left. As soon as she took a step forward, a sweet, echoing voice of a girl began to play. All her tension vanished for a moment. Anna crawled through the pipe and reached a white room. Both walls began glowing like projectors, showing her daughter's life on them. The joyful moments of her birth, and then the moment when she fell off the roof. Anna's heart filled with guilt. Had she paid attention, maybe the accident could have been avoided. But there was no time for regrets now, because that burnt monster had reached behind her again. Anna began running once more. But a sharp metal grill blocked her path. Death behind her, a trap ahead, and that monster was almost there. And in front of her was a light-filled gap. Anna made up her mind, now or never. She bore the pain and forced her way through the sharp metal grill. But the struggles didn't end there. The timer on her wrist began to beep again. The burnt killer had now taken over the only remaining safe corner. Anna could not back down anymore. She had to go forward at any cost. She climbed up with all her might. But just as she was about to come out, the timer counted its final seconds and hit 0. Flames erupted all around her, and suddenly the floor below her opened up. By sheer luck, Anna escaped again. When she regained consciousness, she found herself back at the same place. A deep sense of despair settled in her heart. All the pain she had endured flashed before her eyes, and she was not ready to go through it all again. Then, from above, that same skeleton-like head peeked in to bandage her wounds. Anna lay on the ground, but something clicked in her mind. She remembered the strange symbols she had seen on that killer's severed arm. She slowly began carving them into the wall. That's when she realized they were directional arrows. A spark of hope ignited within her. As soon as the pipe door opened, she crawled inside swiftly. Now, every time the timer reached 0, she would hide in the right spot just in time. After exiting through a water path, when she reached the acid chamber again, she slowly dipped her timer inside. Using the power of the acid, she melted the timer. And only then did a direction indicating symbol on her wrist become fully visible. Everything was happening according to her plan. A glow of confidence returned in Anna's eyes. Now, at every crossroads, she chose the correct path using those symbols. Once again, she came face to face with the burnt killer. But this time there was no fear. Inside her was now a strong resolve. After crossing 5 continuous bends, finally the path ahead began to change. There was a strange, membrane-like layer standing vertically. Without hesitation, Anna entered it. That place felt like a mother's womb. In that membrane-like space, Anna suddenly felt a strange peace. Just then, a hand with 3 fingers lunged forward. Anna was badly startled and looked around in panic. She saw shadows of some divine beings beyond the membrane. They were all forming a circular shape with their hands. Anna's fear slowly began to fade. Then, a human-like face pressed against the membrane and appeared in front of her, but immediately disappeared. Anna followed that image and exited that strange place. Just then, the timer on her wrist beeped again, and the burnt creature was back behind her. Anna quickly turned and hid in the only remaining corner. But this time there were no flames, no hot walls. Everything suddenly became silent. Now Anna was standing right in front of the burnt monster. Her will to survive gave her courage. She used all her strength to smash the creature's head against the wall of the safe corner, completely shattering it. After composing herself, Anna reached the final bend. Following the symbols, she chose the path to the right. But just then on the left, her daughter's image appeared. The child asked her to come along. Anna knew this was all an illusion. Even though she longed to meet her daughter, she controlled herself and refused. The daughter's image slowly faded away, and Anna began crawling to the right. Not far ahead, a door glowing with light appeared. Anna felt as though a burden had lifted off her body. Everything was peaceful light. Just then a sharp blade burst through the ground. It was the final test. The mythical guillotine door. Anna decided not to give up. At the right moment, she pushed herself forward swiftly. She cleared the first 2 doors with ease. But at the third and final door, her heel got cut. Still, she didn't feel any pain, because in front of her was the exit. As soon as she stretched her hand forward, she realized it wasn't the outside world. It was a screen. It was a trap. This whole maze, all these pipes, there was no outside world at all. Anna once again sank into deep depression. But the fire they talked about never came. Instead, a white light appeared. Anna's entire body lifted into the air. When she regained consciousness, she found herself in a beautiful world of mountains and clear water. Her legs were completely fine again. And her body had no injuries either. The most surprising thing was, her daughter was standing beside her for who knows how long. The little girl said, "Your body has died many times. But now everything is safe." This was the full story of the Meander movie. The first part of the movie was decent, but the ending may feel a bit too sudden and strange. That's why many people gave it very low ratings. Many viewers believe this tunnel maze is part of some alien technology, because that white light that came at the end felt exactly like an alien landing on Earth. And the 3 strange beings Anna saw are also most logically considered aliens. Especially the world shown at the end. It doesn't seem like Earth in any way. So friends, that's it for today's video. If your opinion is different, do let us know in the comments. See you in the next video. Until then, be safe.